Louis Dennis, you will always be a part of Bromley Football Club's history because you are a player that has featured in both FA Trophy finals. You've been a part of 2 roads to Wembley. That must mean quite a lot to you.
Yeah, it does, definitely. The first one was obviously a massive moment for the club. I think it was the first time that we'd got to Wembley in that trophy. And yeah, the turnout was unreal. I think we took something along the lines of 26,000. That was just way more than we probably expected. But yeah, like it's a shame that we didn't get the result. So to get the chance to do it a second time is a great achievement. Hopefully we can go on this time to win.
You've had 2 spells at the football club. You're so well loved here as well. Does that make it even more special to be wearing that club crest and travelling to Wembley and putting on a show for people?
100%. I mean, obviously football is, you're trying to get your individual achievements and things like that, but to be sort of loved by the fans and things like that along the way is such a massive lift and a bonus for me. So to be able to give something back, obviously in the semi-final to contribute with an assist off the bench and help get us over the line was just, it makes it sweeter that you're giving something back to the club as well. So yeah.
Your first spell at the football club, you were part of a really fantastic squad, and up top, like the creativity, the pace, everything that you're about as a footballer. You then went on to enjoy a career at various other clubs before coming back here. We talk about this road to Wembley, but for the road for you as a footballer as well, it's funny how Bromley is kind of charted along the way.
Yeah, Bromley's probably been one of the biggest parts of my journey so far. Like they sort of, when I was young and you make it as a professional, and at times I didn't burst onto the scene and maybe hit a level as quickly as I wanted to, and Bromley sort of picked me up early, gave me the opportunity to play games and get back into things at a good level, and to see where the club was when I joined to where it is now is just, it's unbelievable really.
Sorry Lou, reflecting on that, the club has almost transformed. We're sat here at Broomfields, which is this amazing bar and kitchen, the players' lounge up top. The football club has come a long way in that time, and so have you.
Yeah, like everything from the standard of players that are coming to the club, and the environment that we're working in is just a different level. So I guess now it's up to us a little bit to help push the club onto that next level, off the pitch and on the pitch. And I know getting into the league and things like that this season, we maybe haven't achieved what we wanted to in the league, but to still cap it off with a game at Wembley was still, it's not easy to get to cup finals.
It's not easy to get to cup finals, it's not easy to become a professional footballer. What's your journey been like? Has it had lots of highs and lows?
Yeah, 100%, and I think every footballer will probably tell you that there's probably a lot more lows than highs in football. The winning, the scoring, they're your highs, but everything else sometimes can be a bit of a challenge. But I think to any footballer out there, you have to stay resilient. You have to keep believing in yourself, even when other people maybe lose belief in you. You can't ever lose belief in yourself, and I think that's something that's always stuck with me.
You were picked up at a very young age and have been in professional environments for a young age. When did it kind of switch from something that you enjoyed, that put a smile on your face, to then becoming something that actually is going to be your career, and then the principle of going out and earning 3 points when that's your trade? It's very, very different. Yeah,
it's a massive, it is a change, because when you're young, you don't play football in the park or play football for your local team and think of it like a job. You play football because sun, rain, freezing cold, you're out there in a t-shirt playing football. I think as you get a little bit older and it starts the importance of, the job, the business side of it, 3 points is what you work all week for. Maybe it does become a little bit more of a job, but I think it's key that you don't lose that enjoyment, because if you do, I don't think you stand much of a chance to keep going. I love getting out there every day. When I'm not training, I'm probably at my lowest in life. I just need to be out there, need to be playing and releasing that energy. And yeah, then the football side of it kind of takes care of itself.
As football fans, and as someone that has never come anywhere close to playing competitive football myself, I guess we kind of look at being a professional footballer and it's the dream, and of course it is, and I'm not saying that you or anyone else would ever take that for granted, but it does have its challenges as well. Like you said, sometimes people not believing in you, facing rejection. What do you think has been your biggest challenge in your career?
I think it's a weird question because there's a lot of pressure that you put on yourself, you know, to succeed. There's a lot of pressure in the environment, you know, to go out and get results every week and be at the top of your game all the time. And the second you come off it, for a second, you know, you either lose your place and at times you can lose your job, you know. So it's having to remain at that top level every day is a challenge. And then, you know, different teams, different environments, every club's different. You know, I've been in so many different changing rooms and the dynamic is always different. So having to fit in all the time, moving house, I've lived in 4 houses in the last 4 years. So yeah, it is a challenge, but it's a challenge that we love, you know. But playing out there on a Saturday, getting to cup finals, being in and around playoffs and things like that, that is the bonus of it, you know.
You mentioned it there, just even moving house 4 times in 4 years, I'm not envious of that. But despite all of that kind of inconsistency and the way you've had to adapt to different changing rooms, what would you say is the kind of style of player you are, but also your personality in the changing room as well? What kind of role do you play?
Yeah, I think if you talk about style of player, I like to always see myself as a creative, exciting player that likes to get on the ball, make things happen. Yeah, that's that side of it, and score goals. But this season, I haven't managed to do that well in that department. But yeah, just being in and around it all the time, going that way. But through your career, you learn, you know, you have to do all jobs on the pitch. You have to defend at times. So as you get older, you start to become maybe more of a complete player. In terms of in the changing room, again, I think it changes a little bit with age. When you're young, you know, you look at the experienced lads around you to pull you through. You're learning every day. I'm learning now. But as I've got older, I want to become more of a player. I like to interact with the younger players with less experience. Because, for example, something like Wembley, it's a big day. It's a draining build-up to the day. So, you know, and I've been there before, so I can use that experience to help the boys maybe get through on the day. And yeah, I just want to become more of a leading figure around the dressing room as I've got older.
And I don't want to reflect on it too long because I know it's a heartbreaking subject, but not many of us have ever been in that situation of being in a penalty shootout at Wembley. What was it like? And then secondly, when you're watching England, for example, in that penalty shootout, you must be feeling it very, very differently to everyone else because you kind of know what it's like.
100%. I mean, yeah, when you look at the pressure that they're under, say, with a nation on their back, I mean, we can only get a snippet of that, you know. Them boys for England, for example, are carrying serious pressure on those penalties, but again, you just have to, for me as a footballer, you have to tell yourself, this is what I've done every day of my life, so, you know, this is what I do, it's my moment, you know, and think of it on a positive, and that's what most footballers will be telling themselves when they go up to take a penalty.
And you mentioned earlier being a leader within the pack, using your experience, and particularly with this FA Trophy run, there have been a lot of younger players involved, and I'm sure over the last few weeks a couple have perhaps been asking you, oh, what was it like last time out? What is the mood like in the camp at the moment? Yeah,
I think everyone's buzzing for it because, I mean, like I said, it's different stages in people's careers. For me, who's maybe getting to the mid-latter stages, you know, these occasions don't come around very often. So I've learnt to appreciate it, to sort of cherish the moment. So I'm really excited to, you know, just to be there, if I can get on the pitch. You know, everyone's fighting for their shirt, which keeps the environment competitive because as much as it's a fantastic day for everyone, there's 11 shirts that are going to be going out there to start. There's going to be, you know, 5 or 7, however many there are on the bench. People are going to miss out, you know, and that's the side that maybe people don't see. You know, there's still a competitive edge out there, so the season is far from over.
The FA Trophy semi-final was a really special day for so many different reasons for the football club. Like you say, you came off the bench, made an impact. What was the feeling like celebrating with the supporters once again, celebrating, giving them the chance to go to Wembley?
Yeah, I mean, when the game started, you know, it wasn't a great start, but again, that shows the character we have in the team. At times, maybe we haven't showed it enough in the second half of the season, but I know in that dressing room the character that we've got, you know, and the feeling of getting over the line and getting to another final. We know that, you know, a final and losing is not what we want, but you can only take every game at a time, and to come on and have that impact was fantastic.
You've been to Wembley a few times. I know there are other players in the squad that have, but for a number of them, it will be the first opportunity. What was it like in the changing room afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying it to one of the boys. I mean, the other day I was watching Tyson Fury versus Dylan White at Wembley, and I'm sitting there at home thinking, well, in a few weeks' time, we're going to be out there and it's going to be our day. So it is a massive occasion and a massive day for everyone. I think the feeling is you have to stay focused, because I think it's the occasion that drains you more than the game. You know, the build-up, the fact that we've been speaking about this now since we got through in the semi-finals to now. It's all people are talking about, and for us, you can get drained by it, you know, so you have to switch off at times, you have to stay focused. And then afterwards, I think it's just looking back, and if you win, it's ultimate celebration, and if you lose, I think you just have to be proud of what you did do, you know, and we got there.
And the club has a huge youth section full of little boys and girls. What can we say to them so that they nag mum, dad, whoever, for a day out to be with us on the 22nd of May?
I mean, Wembley is the home of English football, so I mean, it's not every time you go to get the chance to support your local club, you know, in such a big game. But regardless of the football, the occasion, you know, it's going to be such a good day, win or lose. But if we go on to win, it'll be even better.